Django was an excellent movie. Just saw this shit today, and I have to say, I haven't done a movie review in a while, so I'm excited for this shit. I'm excited to do a movie review. Movies, watching shit that's fun. Yeah, okay, so this movie was excellent, and the reviews were for a decent change of pace, accurate. This is an excellent movie. It spans many different genres: drama, comedy, action, western. It's a period piece. It's whatever the fuck you want it to be. It's just everything. I love movies like that, kind of like Pulp Fiction spans many different genres. You can't put a label on it. I love shit like that. I love movies that, won't be confined to a label. This is an action movie. This is a comedy movie. This movie was everything. And it was legitimately funny. And what I love about Quentin Tarantino is he's done it again, folks. He's done it again. He just doesn't insult your intelligence. Yeah, now I know a lot of things in this movie is far-fetched, but he also tweaked a couple of different things. The violence, the violence was actually more realistic this time around. Someone gets shot, they go down screaming in pain. It was, for people who are squeamish, can't take violence, don't see this movie. It's very violent. Not the most violent movie in Tarantino's repertoire, but, I think Kill Bill Volume 1 is probably his most violent one. That one was a little bit ridiculous, so a blood fountain spraying and shit like that, from the Crazy 88. But this movie was just, it had the right level of violence. It was shocking, but not just shocking for the hell of it. Everything fits into place. And what I loved is the performances, the facial expressions, the cinematography, the way they zoom in on people's faces. I'm watching, this is what I love. First of all, Jamie Foxx. Let's just put it this way. Christopher Waltz, who I'm not too familiar with. I know he was in Glorious Bastard, but I didn't see that movie, unfortunately. Just so much wit, so much charisma. This guy had me rolling on the floor laughing. Of course I didn't roll on the floor in the fucking movie theater. I ain't gonna roll on the floor like a bum and get trash all over me. Nah, I didn't do that. But, if I were to roll on the floor, I'd probably do that, if I was somewhere else. But, yeah, figuratively rolling on the floor laughing from this man. Also, Jamie Foxx. I've never been a big Jamie Foxx fan. Lately he's been getting into music and shit, and I just kind of put him on the back burners. It's just a guy who thinks he's a musician and shit like that. He made one movie with Ray Charles, and he thinks he's some kind of big honcho in fucking music and stuff. Big head honcho in music. But I've changed my opinion on him. He was great in this movie. Just another guy with the right facial expressions. It was all in the face, and just the way he said his lines, it came out great. Leonardo DiCaprio. What I love about how they handled DiCaprio in this movie, same thing with Samuel L. Jackson, but DiCaprio shined a little bit more in this one, because usually when you got big time actors, they waste no time. Everybody in the movie is usually introduced within the first 20 minutes of the film. I'm watching this movie, having the time of my life for an hour and a half, and you ain't got no DiCaprio. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did they just put him on the poster, just to draw people in? We were lied to. I was conned. Then he shows up, and it's a great performance. It's a tremendous performance. I was fucking in love with this man's just whole style of acting. I mean, I always am, but this is a great thing. He's such a flexible actor. He could branch out. Leonardo DiCaprio, put him on my top 10 of all time. He's a great fucking actor. I mean, Shutter Island, one of my favorites of all time. Put that in the books also. Leonardo DiCaprio, you got The Departed, you got that, you got Aviator, so many great films from this man. And Django is another one on that list. I loved him in this movie. And I just love that, he shows up halfway through. I'll show up when I feel like it, Tarantino, you're one of the best directors of all time. I mean, seriously, Pulp Fiction, one of my favorite movies. This one is very close. It's not as good as Pulp Fiction, because that movie was just in a league of its own. I don't want to even compare his works. You know, it's probably not fair. This is different than that. But you know, it was just a great movie, similar to Pulp Fiction, but different. So I guess it wouldn't be fair to compare. But yeah, they just did just everybody involved in this movie did a great job. You know, Tarantino once again, he gives himself a part in the movie, and it's okay. You know, he gets himself in there. It's a funny looking bastard, I have to say. But yeah, this movie surprised me. I didn't even think I was gonna laugh that hard. You know, I didn't know too much about this movie going in, besides a couple of people telling me about it at work, and you know, I was really pleased. Like, I didn't even know that it was supposed to be that much of a comedy. It was really funny, surprising, and that's what I love about this movie. I kind of, you know, I wish that I could do that more with movies, not know that much about it going in, kind of like this one. Like, and to tell you, I wasn't really expecting a whole lot, because it wasn't really, like, pumped up a lot like Kill Bill was. You know, it didn't have, like, that same type of buzz about it, but it really should. But I love just, like, going in and being surprised by it. That was pleasing to me. I enjoyed, you know, not knowing a lot about this movie, avoiding all spoilers, knowing shit about this movie, and it coming out being fucking gold. Yeah, so Django, you know, you cannot make it through life without seeing this movie. This is definitely, I don't know where I would rank it, but it's definitely one of the best Tarantino movies. Now, I know you don't have a gigantic filmography, because this man takes quality over quantity, which is a great approach. So, yeah, you definitely got to see this movie. Definitely.